Hi, this is Ben the Pen in for Scott today, and here are your Deep 3 picks. Check us out on Winners and Whiners and StatSalt. Stay tuned for our comprehensive March Madness coverage. Starts out next week with conference tournaments. Today we're going to go over 2 NBA picks and 1 college basketball selection. Let's start with Portland. They're 38-23 at Toronto, 45-17. These teams met in December with Portland winning by 6, 128-122. The Trailblazers have won and covered 5 straight games. That includes 4 on the road. They're in the middle of a huge 7-game road trip. This will be their 5th game. They edged Boston in their last game, 97-92 on the road. Also beat Philadelphia on the road. Damian Lillard scored 33 against Boston. If there's a concern, it's bench play. Enes Kanter was added to the bench, but he won't play in this one due to immigration issues. Speaking of bench play, Toronto has one of the best in the league. They're coming off a dominating performance over Boston on Tuesday, 118-95. Pascal Siakam led the Raptors with 25 points and 8 boards. He's been sensational this season. Marc Gasol scored just 5 points for the Raptors, but did have 8 assists. He is, however, injured and listed as questionable for tonight. I'm taking Toronto laying the 4. I know they're not a great cover team, but I'm going logic here. Portland's been on the road 6 of their last 7 games. This will be their 7th since February the 7th. On a lighter plate, take the over. Toronto's 6-2 over their last 8 versus Portland, 5-0 over the last 5 at home this series. Next game in the NBA, we're going to go with the Clippers. They're facing Sacramento from the Golden One Center. The Kings are no longer the doormat in the league right now. They're just 2 games behind the Clippers and the Spurs for the 8th spot in the Western Conference. The Clippers have been up and down lately. They're coming off a 111-105 loss at Utah on Wednesday. They've been on the road 9 of their last 11 games. This is a team with a real stars. Quality bench, strong coach in Doc Rivers. They're averaging 113.9 points and allowing 113.7 points per game. That's pretty mediocre. Sacramento's coming off a wild one, losing to Milwaukee at home 141-140 in overtime. Rookie big man Marvin Bagley III, he was averaging 13.9 points, 7.2 rebounds, suffered a minor knee sprain. He's not expected to play tonight. The Kings have lost 4 of their last 5, and 4 of those were on the road. Buddy Hield leads the Kings with 20.8 points per game. Big issues with Sacramento this year is defense. They're allowing 115.2 points per game, good for 27th in the league. I'm going with the Clippers in this one. They have won 8 straight in the series, covered 7 straight, including going 3-0 this season. They have their numbers, so I'm taking the 3 points. I'm also going to go with the over 240. Yes, 240 is a high total, but a little bit lighter play on that one. The Clippers are 5-0 ATS their last 5 after a straight-up loss. They're also 5-0-1 over their last 6 versus the Kings. Take the Clippers and the over. Now for my last pick, I'm going back to college in this one. Rhode Island takes on Dayton in an Atlantic 10 battle at 7 o'clock. From Ohio, the Rams are 6-9 in the A-10, while the Flyers are 11-4, tied with Davidson for 2nd place behind VCU. These teams met on February the 9th, with Dayton winning 77-48 on the road. Rhode Island's been struggling before losing 5 straight before finally beating GW on Tuesday, 80-53 at home. They're led by Jeff Doughton, who averages 15.1 points, 3.9 assists. This team struggled to score, averaging just 68.1 points per game on 42% shooting. They allowed just 67.2 points on 43% shooting. So defense is pretty good for the Rams, but they really struggle on offense. Dayton is on a roll heading towards March Madness. They've won 3 straight, including a 72-48 win. That was on the road over UMass on Tuesday. They've had a couple of bad losses, but there's a pretty good team going to some postseason tournament. Josh Cunningham leads the Flyers with 14.3 points per game. This is a balanced team that ranks 4th in the nation in field goal percentage, a whopping 50.4%. I like Dayton in this one, laying the 9 points. They won big in that first meeting by 29. I see another 20-point win at home against the Rams. That Rhode Island team also lost to VCU by 32 on the road, and they lost to Davidson by 15. The Rams are 3-13 against the spread their last 16 after a straight-up win. 0-4 against the spread their last 4 road games. On a light play, take the under because the Rams can't score. So to reiterate, that's Dayton and the under, the Clippers and the over, and Toronto and the over. Good luck.